Okay, so UFC 217 was on, and it was the highly anticipated return of GSP. And as you guys know, GSP actually ended up submitting Michael Bisping to become the new middleweight champion. And now that he's back in the UFC, there's been talks and rumors about him having a super mega fight against Conor McGregor.
If the GSP and McGregor fight happens, or would probably go down maybe International Fight Week until July, that area, and which it's possible because like GSP stated, like Ariel Hawani stated that McGregor has fought at 170. He didn't look too good at 170. He looked a little slow, and he saw what happened with the Nate Diaz fights. He got really tired, and Nate Diaz isn't really a welterweight. He's lightweight, who has fought at welterweight, but he's more of a natural lightweight. And what's his name? GSP is a natural welterweight who's fighting at middleweight, so he's a lot bigger than him and a lot physically stronger than him. So a lot of people are saying that McGregor fought at 170, so that therefore he can fight GSP at 170. But I don't think it would be a fair fight because GSP is obviously a much larger opponent.
Yeah, and to add on to the Ariel Hawani part, we recently saw a small clip of the MMA Hour, right? MMA Hour. And GSP actually said that he really didn't have no type of interest in fighting Conor McGregor because he felt that if he fought somebody at a lower weight, it would look bad on his behalf. So he said he was just happy for Conor. So I'm not sure, but at the end of the day, I think money talks in this business. I think the fight could go down. And Dana White had gave an interview earlier this week, and he said that anything could happen. And with the way Dana White has been running things, yeah, anything could happen. So I guess we would have to wait to see what the UFC would do. But like you said, I think the fight would have to take place at 170.
For this fight to happen, I think a few things must happen. Because what I think they should do is sell it as McGregor fighting for his third title. So for that to happen, GSP has to have the title at welterweight. So he has to fight Tyron Woodley or whoever. Tyron Woodley. Unless, Tyron Woodley fights somebody else. But I think he has to fight Tyron Woodley, become the champion, and fight Conor McGregor at welterweight for the welterweight champion. So they can build it up as McGregor going up in weight again and fighting for his third title, which will be, if he were to accomplish this, will be the only fighter, and possibly, I don't think someone else can do that again with the push that Dana White's giving him.
That's always the question: is the fight as big as it could be in this exact moment? Because now some people are even talking about GSP versus Anderson Silva, but is that fight even as big as it could have been when the moment was right? So it all comes down to, I think, also moments and the way that you sell this fight. Because once again, like you said, GSP could go down to 170 and beat Tyron Woodley, and then you have another hype fight, like another fight that people are in tune to see. Oh man, Conor McGregor, third title. Okay, it sells because anything with Conor sells, and you add a title into it. Wow, like even more spectacular. People will buy into that.
For the fight itself, I think this fight is a bad matchup for Conor McGregor because he's fighting the bigger guy and he's fighting a wrestler. And as you saw with the Chad Mendes fight, Conor McGregor kind of struggled with wrestlers. Didn't so much with Eddie Alvarez, because Eddie Alvarez chose to strike with them, but he has struggled against wrestlers, and GSP is one of the best wrestlers in the whole in the history of the UFC. So stylistically, it's a bad matchup for Conor McGregor, but that does not mean that Conor McGregor can't land a shot and knock out GSP. It's unlikely, maybe, because GSP is a bigger guy and he has a good chin. But doesn't mean we're not writing him off. He can still be a 3-time world champion. I'm just saying it's a lot more unlikely fighting GSP, who's the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world.
So
right now.
Just to pretty much wrap it up, do you think it happens?
What do you think first? I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
I highly doubt it, but there's always that little part of me that doubts things because Dana White has, even though like some people have something against him, maybe the fighters have something against him, but Dana White has actually made a lot of fights happen, a lot of things that we thought weren't capable of making. So I don't think it happens. I don't see it happening, but there's always that possibility. I'm like maybe 75% sure that it doesn't happen.
And for me, I think it will happen because I thought that Mayweather and McGregor wasn't going to happen, and that's a lot harder to get to make because different parties. Now now that GSP's back, he's under the UFC, so it's much easier to make that fight. And with the right amount of money, which I think Dana will be eager enough to pay out a lot of money to both GSP and Conor McGregor. I think it will happen during International Fight Week. Yes, it will happen next summer. And even if Conor McGregor loses to Tony, I still think it's a big fight because Conor will still be the big star. It will lose a little bit of its hype, but still, I think it still will happen if that were to happen. So next summer, look out for McGregor versus GSP for the welterweight title.
You heard it here first. So comment down below. Tell us your thoughts. Do you think this fight will happen? How do you guys break down this fight? Who do you guys think will be victorious in this bout? Tell us what you guys think down below. Comment, follow us, like, hit that notification bell. That way you guys are notified every time we upload a new video. Follow us on our Instagram and follow us on our personal Instagram to get the latest news on anything going on in the MMA or boxing world, anything to do with combat sports. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys. Peace.